Alright, these are the two very important sprockets that you're going to want to get that's connected onto your jack shaft assembly. And this one is a 30 tooth sprocket right here, and this one's a 10 tooth sprocket right here. And this is very tough to get, and you're going to want to special order this, and a lot of lawnmower shops probably won't carry them, so you're going to want to order them. And the only way you're going to order these sprockets right here is you got to go in there and say, look, I need a sprocket. It's a 30 tooth 40 size sprocket for a 40 size chain, and it's for a trimmer. And I know they got True Cut, they got McLean, they got a Honda, they got other kinds of varieties of different name brands out there, but they won't have this exact sprocket right here. You're going to want to get it off of Trimmer, and I can't remember the part number of it though, but I know it's a 30 tooth, and you're going to want to get a 30 tooth sprocket right here. Now you're going to wonder, how am I going to get this onto the 5/8 shaft? That will look like right here. See, look at this. How am I going to secure it on here? See this? It's not going to secure on here. So what I'm going to do, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, and for you guys to do, if you can get a hold of this sprocket right here, it's not going to be used as a sprocket. It's going to be used to put this on top of it and weld it right on. And you're going to weld it exactly on the bottom, just like this. And you're going to want to make sure it's centered and evenly straightened and all that. And, you know, you're going to want to weld all the way right here on the inside right here. And you got yourself the sprocket at this exact dimension right here for 30 teeth. So they don't sell 30 tooth sprockets anywhere I know of at all that have a 5/8 bore right here that can fit on a 5/8 shaft. 30 tooth sprocket, yeah, those are hard to find. I've never seen one before. So you're gonna have to want to customize and make your own just by what I'm telling you right here. And this is also off the trimmer. There on the trimmer, it's a grass cutting machine for cutting really short grass, you know, what golfers usually golf on, that kind of short grass. And they have this exact sprocket right here. They got different varieties of sprockets on that one trimmer alone. And this is on a different section of the machine, and then they have this on the side. This is actually a 17 tooth sprocket right here, and it can hold a 41 and a 40 size chain, so it's universal. This one's different, so as you can see how fat it is right here. You know, okay, well, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So you're gonna want to get the 17 tooth trimmer sprocket, and there's only one 17 tooth trimmer sprocket on there, so that when they look it up, they'll see it, and then they'll show you, okay, is this it right here? And you're gonna look at it. It's gonna look very similar to this on a drawing on that book when they look at it in the catalog. So yeah, those are the two sprockets you want to get right here to make one sprocket, which will look just like this when it's on. See? Well, when it's on, it'll just look like this. So when you have it on, it goes on just like that. And you're going to want to screw it on, of course, after you have everything welded in place. And then you attach the chain on there, and you got a good gear reduction size right there. That's perfect for this bike. And once you have that put on, of course you're going to want to put this on first before you even put this on. So when you put this on, this is the 10 tooth sprocket right here, and you're going to want to put it on this way, not this way. You're going to want to put it on this way. And that's the reason why when I put this, the reason why I put this jack shaft assembly, this housing right here that holds the two bearings in place, you'll notice that I have it further off to the right side of the bike right here. And often some people will wonder why so far, because you can take this and center it more over here onto the frame, but it doesn't give you enough room for this small sprocket to fit in place for the chain to go from here to the rear wheel sprocket. So it's a matter of spacing, and you want to have the right amount of clearance for, you know, your chain and your sprockets to fit on the jack shaft assembly to for everything to be hooked up the way it should be hooked up. And you want as much space as you can, but not too much space to where your legs are just like hanging off to the sides all dramatically. But yeah, this engine is actually a good size for a beach cruiser. You know, it's perfect, as you can see right here. Now for the jack shaft assembly. I haven't welded everything in place yet. I just put it right here in place right now just to get an idea of what it's going to look like when it's on. As you can see that compared to the clutch right here and the sprocket right here, and you're looking down at this. Yeah, so that's what you want right here. And you got your small sprocket right here for the back to spin the chain on the back rear wheel. And this one, there's a chain that connects on this sprocket to the clutch right here, on this sprocket right here. So it's just a gear reduction right there. Okay, before you weld anything on here, I'm going to show you that there's these three things you want to get now. It's the third sprocket. You've already installed two sprockets and made your housing mechanism for the bearings right there. There's only two bearings in that steel bushing that I told you about. And there's one more bearing. Well, you're gonna think, oh, well, what is the third bearing for? Okay, third bearing is for the tip of this jack shaft assembly. From the torque of the engine is gonna spin that sprocket right here. And what's gonna happen here is this piece is just gonna go yank off to the section of where the engine's pulling it. So put the washer on first. I haven't welded on anything yet. I'm just gonna show you what it's gonna look like basically. Okay, it's gonna look like that, and then you're gonna have this pipe, same thing. Plumbing pipe is the same diameter as this pipe right here for the other bearings. You're gonna cut a little section of it off and put it on here on the tip. So it's gonna look just like this. There we go. Okay, once you have that on, it should look like that after you weld this washer on here. So it should look like this. Should look like this when it's on. Just like that. Alright, that's what it looks like when I'm done welded it. Alright, now it's ready to be installed under the jack shaft assembly.